Ask most professionals what gives them leverage at work and you get one answer. Another offer. Something in hand. Something to walk to. And in a market where quits are near 5-year lows and hiring has largely stalled, that answer leaves almost everyone concluding they have no leverage at all. Here is the reframe. Another offer is one of 5 sources of leverage. It happens to be the one the market controls. The other 4 you control entirely. And almost nobody has ever sat down and audited where they actually stand on them. That is this Saturday. 30 minutes. This is what the talent. Leverage at work comes from 5 places. 1. Replaceability. How hard, slow, and expensive would it actually be to replace you? 2. Visibility. Do the people who make decisions about you know what you're worth? 3. Documentation. Can you prove it, specifically, without relying on anyone's memory? 4. Alternatives. Do you have somewhere else to go? 5. Runway. Can you financially afford to say no? Number 4 is the one everybody fixates on. And it is the only one on that list that depends on a hiring market you do not control. 1 through 3 are built entirely through your own behavior. Number 5 is built entirely through your own choices. So if you have been feeling powerless because there is nothing to apply to, you have been measuring yourself on the one variable that is not currently yours to move. Let's audit the 4 that are. Open a document. First question: if I gave notice tomorrow, what specifically breaks? Not my work would need covering. Everyone's work needs covering. What breaks? What knowledge lives only in your head? What relationship exists only through you, a client, a vendor, a cross-functional partner who trusts you specifically? What system, process, or history would take someone months to reconstruct? Write the actual list. If the list is long and specific, you have more leverage than you think. And you should stop apologizing in rooms. If the list is short or everything on it is documented elsewhere, that is not a character flaw. That is your project for the next 2 quarters. Volunteer for the thing nobody else understands. Own the relationship nobody else has. Become the person who knows why the thing was built that way. Replaceability is the leverage that operates even when you say nothing at all. Second question: who outside my direct manager could describe what I do and why it matters? Name them. Actual names. If the answer is nobody, your leverage runs through exactly one person. And single point of failure leverage is not leverage. It is exposure. This is where the skip level work matters. Replaceability makes you valuable. Visibility makes you valuable to people who are in the room when decisions get made. Those are not the same thing. Plenty of genuinely irreplaceable people get cut because nobody senior enough knew what they did. Third question: can I state, right now, 3 things I delivered in the last 90 days, with a number attached? Not what you worked on. What changed because of you? Try it before you keep listening. Most people cannot do it. Not because they didn't deliver, because nobody writes it down and memory is generous to everyone except yourself. Here is why this is leverage and not just admin. In a negotiation, in a review, in a calibration room, in a layoff conversation, the person with specifics wins against the person with impressions. Every single time. I've worked really hard this year and I cut our onboarding time from 6 weeks to 4, which saved roughly 80 hours of manager time per quarter of the same year. Only one of them is negotiable. If you cannot produce the 3, start the Saturday habit today. 5 minutes a week. 12 weeks from now you walk into every conversation with evidence instead of memory. I'm skipping source 4, alternatives, not because it doesn't matter, but because that one is the market's move right now, not yours. Keep the network warm. Stay findable. And spend your energy on the ones you control. Which brings us to source 5. Runway. Fourth question. How many months could I cover if income stopped tomorrow? Cash you could actually access, divided by what you actually spend. Not what you budget. What you spend. This is the quietest form of leverage and the most powerful. Because runway is what converts I would like to say no into I can say no. To the offer that undervalues you. To the unreasonable demand. To the situation you should have left 8 months ago. And right now the national picture on this is not good. The personal saving rate slipped to 2.7% in June, a nearly 4-year low, with spending growing faster than income. Most households are burning runway to stay level. Which means every month you protect is a month of leverage that the average person no longer has. 30 minutes. 4 scores. Rate yourself 1 to 5 on each. Replaceability, what breaks if I leave? Visibility, who beyond my manager knows my value? Documentation, can I prove 3 wins with numbers? Runway, how many months can I cover? Add them up. Under 8, you are operating with very little protection, and the fastest fix is documentation. It is the only one you can move meaningfully in 30 days. 8 to 14, you have a foundation. Find your lowest single score. That is your next 2 quarters. 15 and up, you have real leverage. Use it. People with leverage who never spend it end up with the same outcome as people who never had it. And then one more line at the bottom of the page. What is the one thing I will do this month to raise my lowest score? One thing. Written down. That is the whole exercise. Most people think leverage means another offer. It is one of 5 sources, and it is the one you control least right now. What breaks when you leave? Who knows your value? What you can prove? How long you can go without a paycheck? 4 things. All of them yours. None of them waiting on a hiring market to recover. This Saturday. 30 minutes. Score yourself honestly. Find the lowest number. Fix that one. Comment audit below and tell me which of the 4 is your weakest. This is what the talent. The move is yours.